Welcome back to City Beach Wealth Club. Just in review, let's look at, if you haven't seen our other two videos, joining our club has a lot of benefits. Basically, you're able to associate with experts, professionals, people who understand the financial world. This is a place where you can actually make a fortune, not just go to a job and make a living. You have the ability to have weekly meetings, take part in a brain trust. We have different business systems, a website, email, social media marketing, and even business sourcing. We give you access to other companies that have phenomenal products. One, for instance, some of our club members are paying for experts just $100 a month to generate, 30% and much higher in investments. And the best part is that comes actually with a 6-month triple your money back guarantee. So some serious income to be made, so be sure and get with the person that invited you here, and they'll get you more details on that. But what I want to do, I'm just the messenger here. Life is all about choices, and I'm going to be direct. If you're open-minded in the next, 11 minutes or so, we're going to have you form an opinion. And let's get the facts first, and let's just get started. The reality in life, your security right now, how secure is your future? Here's the numbers for all of us here in the U.S. Out of 100 people by age 65, only 4 of us are financially independent. Now, why do 96% of us fail? Instead of focusing on that, let's focus on why the 4% succeed. The first clue is the 4% are not employees, they're business owners, they're investors. They're the entrepreneurs like we've discussed. This whole new world of possibilities. As an entrepreneur, you own your own business. As an employee, you don't. And if you start taking wisdom and advice from wealthy, from the rich, instead of listening to the perceptions and rhetoric of the poor, that's probably a good idea too. Now, here's a reality check. I don't know what your financial situation is. Maybe you're in great shape. But if you're like 96% of our population, they're not. And their answer is just to ignore the clouds. There are clouds. Don't ignore them. Andy M., the tornado is going to get you, right? And for instance, do you have $2 million accumulating at 5% interest, just living off the interest, paying all of your bills? If you do, that's phenomenal. But unfortunately, it's just a little easier not to accumulate this wealth that we're discussing. Now, we have an idea that no one has used before. This is kind of a category creator. We're going to talk about having a correct mindset, that of an entrepreneur, and why that is the correct mindset. First of all, right now, you're a result of the choices that you've made. The return on your life is really your past decisions and choices. If you start thinking outside the box, chances are you'll get a different result. The old saying, if you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you've always gotten. Cute saying, but it's true. Right now, Wealth Generators, one of the companies that we're associating with, has created, in my opinion, a perpetual money machine. And all you're doing is you're leveraging time, money, and interest. And we'll get into more details, but this is the ability truly to make money while you sleep. Here's the problem. Most people think they have time. Well, I'll do it next week, I'll do it next month, I'll do it next year, and then it's next decade, right? When's the best time to plant a tree? The answer, 20 years ago. The next best time to do it is right now, is to take action immediately. Here's Elizabeth Mercedes Cash. Let's pretend she's the great-granddaughter of Albert Einstein. She's extremely intelligent. You can tell just by looking at her. She's thinking right now, what should I do with my $100 this month? Or better yet, what I hope my parents will do with my $100 this month. Because the future value of money is very, very important. You don't want to put this off. Now, here's a lot of numbers, but let's narrow it down to 30 years from now when Mercedes takes a look in her account. If your parents just put the money in the bank, she has $41,000. Not bad, right? But that's really a guaranteed loss of that investment because the annual inflation rate, the average inflation rate, is 3.22%. And if you're only getting 1%, that's the problem. If you could just go out and get a little better return on your interest, you could double that money with just a 5% return. And even at 5%, you're just barely keeping ahead of the average inflation rate. So let's apply our money in a much better way, 10%, 15, 20%, whatever you think is possible. I've seen this in far better returns. If that were to be the case, and we put $100 a month is all, 2.2, almost $2.3 million is a far cry better than 41,000. And that's what we're talking about. It's the ability for you to learn that you really do have to, if you look at it as a risk just a little bit of money. In other words, if you don't risk just a little bit and put it to work at a better interest rate, you are burning your money or throwing money away and losing money every year, because literally you're going to miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Now, for me, I like to talk about a paradigm shift. To going from being a spectator that pays for the courtside seats to being the player that gets paid massive amounts of money, right? So as a spectator, that's like being an employee. You're never going to get rich that way. As an entrepreneur, you will make a fortune instead of just working for a check. That's the whole concept here. In life, you want to be a player. You don't want to be just a spectator. Unfortunately, all of us get really excited about going to the game, right? $8,000 a seat to the Super Bowl, and we spend more time planning a vacation and our Super Bowl outfit rather than putting that energy and time into our financial future. Because really the game of your life is the only game that you really should get excited about, and that's the game we want to win, right? So 4 of us will find reasons to win. We've already shown you those statistics. 96% of us are going to fail. 4% are going to win because they manage their fear, they control their risk, but they take action. Whereas 96% of us will find an excuse. That's easy. We're emotionally paralyzed, we're fearful, we're undisciplined, and we're going to do nothing. That's what we want to talk about. One of the biggest problems in the financial world is that is truly where all the wealth is generated, in those markets. And if you're not in those markets, you're not going to win. But that can be scary to get into those markets. Now, we're going to talk about that here in a minute as to how you can make money, whether the market is rising, falling, crashing. It doesn't matter. If you're positioned properly, you're going to make phenomenal amounts of money, and you can make phenomenal amounts of money. A lot of people don't realize that is even a choice. The wealthy don't really spread that word around, right? It's a different language. It's a different, whole new world that you may have not been able to tap into until now. A lot of people realize the money that's being made there, and they're willing to spend tens of thousands of dollars to become the expert themselves. Well, unfortunately, whether it's the courses you've seen about real estate or stocks or binary options or currency trading, whatever it may be, the unfortunate truth is that less than 4% of the people that take those courses ever truly become successful. That's pretty poor odds, right? So there's something tells me that this is not so easy, and it's actually not easy at all. It's kind of like learning very, very quickly. There's a lot to learn, and unfortunately, the majority of us are going to drown if, just like drinking from a fire hose. Not something I would recommend. So Wealth Generators, this company that I mentioned earlier, is bringing Wall Street to Main Street. It's giving the ability of the masses to participate at a very high level. Now, the $99 monthly subscription to this proven success and access to this, there's a way that you can literally get that for free each month, so that almost immediately this doesn't have to really cost you anything out of pocket. Now, the individuals that started Wealth Generators, they have 40 years or more of experience in the equities and options markets, and they really were the pioneers in this financial education industry, but they realized that far too many people were failing. And their sole purpose now is just to simplify success, show people that they can have success. It's not about you becoming the expert any longer. It's about giving you access to experts who have the track record, who have the experience. To me, that's exactly what I want to do. I don't know about you, but I don't want to sit in front of a computer all day long analyzing companies and deciding which is the best stock to get into. I'll leave that to the experts. But that's really what this is all about. Remember that product we talked about? Everybody loves our product. It's money. The byproduct of our product is putting your money to work and making more money. And if we can do that in as safe as environment as possible, that's what we're excited about. This is a fair and level playing field. We've taken the mystery out of the markets because you're accessing experts that already have proven their worth. You can see their track record. We're eliminating the confusion, and to me, that's really the key to this success. Now, we're going to give you a demo account so you can practice what we're showing you before you put your money at risk. We're going to give you a choice of either 3 trades in a month or about 3 trades in a week. Depends on how much you want to apply to this, how much time you want to spend, how much money you have available to eventually start investing. But we want you to start in a demo account to begin with, because we want you to be comfortable and see that what we're telling you is true. The returns that we're getting are phenomenal, and they're consistent. Yes, there will be losses, but probably 80% of the time, 80 to 85% of the time, you're going to win. And at least that's what our track record's been. Now, I can't guarantee we're going to continue to do as good as we've done in the past, but why would we suddenly start doing worse? The only way we can keep your business is if we give you a result that you're looking for, right? It just makes sense. Now, we've simplified it to where we can just send you this information. You can go to your phone, to your computer, your iPad, and receive an alert about a trade that is taking place. We're going to spell it all out and keep you informed as to exactly how that trade is continuing, and we're going to tell you exactly when to get out. So you're literally not making any of the hard choices. We're going to tell you what to buy. We're going to tell you when to get in. We're going to keep you informed. We're going to tell you when to get out. But most importantly, we're not making a dime on you trading your account. You go to any broker you want to. We're going to give you a suggestion of who to go to, because that's what we build our platform on, and we're going to show you in a screenshot exactly how to place the trades. But the best part is that it only takes a few hours in a month, not a few hours each day. Here's an example of an entry screen, and we're going to send you a screenshot every time we place a trade that'll show you exactly what to do. In this case, you're going to sell 1 contract of Toyota Motors, a call to open at a limit price of $630. Hit confirm. Guess what? You graduated. You're done. That's all it takes to place a trade. And if that isn't easy enough, we're going to send you a video that explains exactly every button, every radio button that you can push to place the trade to make sure you don't make a mistake. Now, I don't know about you, but I would much rather do that than try and become the expert myself. And here's that same trade, Toyota Motors, that exited a couple days later, and they'll send you an alert that says, hey, we want to exit the remainder of our position. And in this case, they made about a 60% return in a couple days. Now, love that, right? So it really is truly an easy process for you to put some of your money in a position that you can accumulate a lot more wealth a lot faster. Now, anyone anywhere can do this. A 5th grader with a computer can play follow the leader. No matter what your age, education, or experience, it doesn't matter. You just get in and follow experts like Darren Miller. He's written books. He has a PhD. I would much rather listen to what he's suggesting rather than what I'm suggesting in the stock market, right? He has 2 strategies he specializes on, the monthly S&P strategy and the monthly momentum strategy. And you'll see that each of these experts, there's 3 of them, they have 2 strategies that they specialize in. And you can do the research on your own and study these individuals out, but every single trade is shown. It's total transparency, so you can see exactly what they've done. Nothing hidden. Now, we have multiple sources of income. If you want to start investing right away, you have enough information right now just to jump in there and start trading. That's all you've got to do. If you have the money to start trading with, jump in there and let's get busy. But if you're like me, I'm trading, and that's why I'm so excited about this, because I've seen the returns. I've actually experienced them, but I want to tell people about it. I want to share this while I'm trading. And the best part is I'm earning income that I can put into the markets. While I'm trading, I can just increase my account by putting more and more money in that I'm making by referring people and enrolling them into this newsletter. if you want to call it that, these alerts that you get 3 to 12 times a month. Now, if you own a business, I mean, to me this is extremely important. People who don't own businesses in America are losing out because Congress passed laws to benefit anyone who owns a business. If you don't own a business, you're just an employee, right? Remember, the first clue of wealth is the millionaires aren't employees. Here's why. If you make $100,000 this year, you pay your taxes, you have net after tax that you've got to live on, and if you're responsible and fiscally responsible, you're going to live within your means, and you'll have $7,000 left over. There's a nice little perfect world scenario, right? But the same person, if you had a business, the whole difference is now you have business expenses by operating that wealth generator business that I'm referring to. Let's take that same $100,000. The difference is just the order in which we apply the tax. First, we're going to write off our expenses in this case instead of being taxed, which is going to adjust our taxable income down considerably. And then our tax liability is going to be a lot less. So the difference at the end of the year is you're going to have a whole lot more money left over for investing, for paying off bills, for whatever you want to use it. But if you don't have a business, if you don't own a business, you can't take advantage of this. This is very, very simple to do. I'm not a, accountant or attorney. I don't give legal or tax advice, but get with your professional, tax advisors, legal advisors. They will explain this very easily to you how beneficial this is. In other words, if the laws are there and you're not taking advantage of them, shame on you. You're overpaying your fair share of taxes. Okay. Now, it really is time to be a player. Let's get started focusing on the game. This is just as simple as for instance, if you introduce and enroll 3 people into the program, those 3 people can immediately start giving you a minimum guaranteed $115 every month. If they talk to 3 people, you're going to be at $660. Or if you want to, you can talk to more than 3, like me. If you talk to 12 people, in 2 weeks, we're going to send you a check for $1,275. That's a referral bonus. That's a way of saying thank you for spreading the news about who we are, because the only way we make money is on that $99 a month that allows you access to that information, that knowledge, those trade alerts that you can start making money with. And I guarantee you, when you have those results, you're going to tell people about it. So you can be skeptical like I was. Apologize for the typo here, but it's a triple your money back of your subscription fees. So in other words, if you're paying $99 a month, in 6 months, if you're not profitable with what we tell you and show you in these trade alerts, we're going to pay you 3 times your $99 back. So that's a 300% return on your $99 if you want to look at it, investment in yourself, right, into our program. So to me, what takes the hesitation away from me is they guarantee it. It's a money-back guarantee. It's a triple your money-back guarantee. So to me, that was an immediate ease to make that decision, because I had a friend that traded a hedge fund, hundreds of millions of dollars. And he used his company's resources to check the company out because I was skeptical. It looked, too good to be true, quite frankly. But as he checked it out and came back and says, no, these guys are the real deal. In fact, I know 2 of them. And it's like, okay, made me very, very comfortable. But really, success is all about decisions and choices. 4% of us, again, we're going to find reasons to do this or to do something like this, right? 96% of us, it's easy to come up with an excuse and let opportunities pass us by. I don't know about you, but in a former life, when I was, I guess, had more of a broke mentality, I was kind of the king of the excuse club. I could come up with all the best ones. I don't have any money. Well, I really did, but I didn't see the value in what someone was showing me. I need to think about it. Well, great. I'll give you 5 seconds. Yeah, what do you need to think about? We've taken the hesitancy away because we're guaranteeing this thing. I need to talk to my spouse. Well, I've already talked to your spouse, and they want you to take responsibility and just be successful. Just kidding. But I don't make immediate decisions. I've used all of these excuses before. But truly, it is so insignificant amount of money to get involved with what I'm suggesting, and the change that it can bring to your financial future is incalculable. So, if you have something better to do, then great, let me get involved with you. But if this looks better than anything you've seen, why wouldn't you do it right now? Get with the person that invited you. Tell them on a scale of 1 to 10 what's your interest level. We're not here to twist your arm. We're not here to try to force you into something. If you like what you see, we'd love to have you come join us and become part of the financially successful, right? Tell them, what did you like most about what you saw? Think about it for a moment. Why is this a good fit for you? Maybe it isn't. This really isn't for everyone. In my opinion, it's just for those that want to be successful, that want to change their life and do something new. So, I love this expression. The greatest sin in the desert is knowing where the water is and not sharing it. This is really almost an obligation that once you see what I've seen, and once you've walked in my shoes and traded and had the returns and have seen how this works and understand who the owners are and really get a feel for this, it's almost an obligation to share this with someone else. And I easily share this with people because it's not like a nutritional product or me trying to convince you to buy something that may possibly be overpriced to make a compensation model work. This is cheaper than what you could find in the retail world, and the returns are phenomenal. So it's almost like an obligation to start sharing with other people. One individual that I got involved, he made this comment. He says, why wouldn't you share this? Because I have a lot of people who started out saying, I'm not really one of those guys. I really don't want to build a business. I do want to take advantage of the investments, but I'm not going to really talk to anybody. Well, they're probably the worst culprits out there. They're telling everybody about it. So you just as well get it for free, right? Anyway, it can be a new dawn, a new day, a new life for you. It really is just about taking action. Now, for those of you that want to get started, it's real simple. Get with the person that invited you, go to the website. For $99 as a retail trader and investor, you can have access to everything that I've just shown you. Now, if you want to make money, if you want to get rewarded like I've talked about, that's really easy too. It's only $230 one-time fee that gives you lifetime access. Yes, everybody pays the $99 a month, but that initial cost to you of the $230 includes your first $99. So it's really very inexpensive to get in, and now you have lifetime access to all the bonuses, all the clubs, all the things that we have talked about previously. And yes, even at City Beach, we're going to throw in a full year free access to the City Beach Wealth Club. So those of you that make a decision, that want to get in right away, this is a limited time offer. Please, you've heard that before. Please take advantage of it. We want to have you part of what we're doing. Thanks again for your time, everyone. Success to you, and we look forward to working with you and talking to you again soon. Thank you.